we need to talk about Robinhood. Once again, Robinhood is in the news for all the wrong reasons. And this time, it might be finally the last straw, and it might be time to leave Robinhood. Basically, what happened is a handful of stocks were seeing their price driven up and up and up at extremely rapid rates, mainly by becoming extremely popular with Reddit's Wall Street bets and other common everyday investors like you and me. The main culprit is GameStop, where it became such a meme on Wall Street bets that now it has turned into an us against them kind of thing between the Wall Street bets traders, your everyday little guys, and the gigantic hedge funds on the other side of the bet. Wall Street bets traders are trying to drive the price up, the hedge funds are shorting the stock, betting on it's going down, and right now it's a battle of wills on who's going to break first. And where Robinhood comes into this all is Robinhood is obviously extremely popular among the everyday smaller investor, the same kind of people that are piling in to GameStop and a few other stocks like AMC and BlackBerry right now. So what Robinhood did was they blocked trading on these very select stocks. They straight up the other day said, we're not allowing you to buy GameStop or AMC or BlackBerry. You can only sell those stocks through our platform. Now, a lot of people have speculated that this is clear market manipulation, and because Robinhood sells their order execution to this giant Wall Street firm, who happens to be connected to the giant Wall Street hedge fund that is on the opposite side of the bets from all these Wall Street bets traders on this GameStop stock, that maybe there was something nefarious going on, maybe it was a little shady. A couple days have passed now, and what I've seen from some very smart Wall Street insider types that I follow on Twitter and from Robinhood themselves is that Robinhood had to block the trading of those stocks because of the high volume. The SEC requires them to have so much money on hand to cover the trades and the volume and things like that. Now, regardless of which one of those may be true, maybe it's even a little bit of both, it doesn't look good for Robinhood, and myself and many other people out there are deciding that maybe it's time to start looking for somewhere else. Maybe this is the last straw in a long line of missteps that Robinhood has made. Maybe it's time to be leaving Robinhood and taking our business elsewhere. So for this video, I put together a list of what I think are the top 5 Robinhood alternatives that you can take your business to. If you're a Robinhood user looking to leave, I would recommend these 5 brokerages for you to take your business to. Now, these are all companies I have personally used. I have personally given them my business, and I haven't had a bad experience with any of them yet. So I feel good about recommending them to you. I'll go over quickly the pros and cons of each one so you're able to choose which one might be best for your situation. And of course, if you're interested in signing up to any of these 5 Robinhood alternatives, I'll leave all the links down in the description below. Just pick out whichever one you like and go with it. So the first alternative to Robinhood you might want to consider is M1 Finance. So M1 Finance has by far the best app of the 5 companies I'm going to mention in this video. The app is just as simple and easy to use as you're used to with Robinhood. The only cons to M1 Finance are M1 Finance is strictly towards more passive investors. M1 Finance is totally for the set it and forget it investor, someone that wants to automate their investments. So if you're going to be buying and selling a lot of stocks or more of a trader, M1 Finance won't be for you. But if you like the hands-off approach, you're just buying and holding, and you kind of want to automate that process, M1 Finance is definitely worth a look. Now, the next Robinhood alternative we have is Webull. Webull is definitely a more sophisticated and more complex platform than Robinhood is. Webull also has a much better sign-up bonus than Robinhood. You're used to Robinhood, they'll give you one free stock for friends and family and whoever you get to sign up. Webull usually gives away anywhere from 2 to 4 stocks for you or your friends or whoever you get to sign up. Or if you sign up using my link below, we'll each get 2 to 4 stocks depending on the promotion they have going on right now. If you're a more active trader, Webull is probably the direction you want to go in. The whole platform is geared toward the active trader. They give you tons of information that is totally geared towards that purpose. The cons to Webull compared to Robinhood are Webull doesn't let you buy fractional shares of stock. So you have to have enough money to buy a full share, and you can only trade in full shares of stock on Webull. So if you're used to Robinhood just setting, I'm going to buy $100 of this stock and it executes 3.25 shares, you don't get that on Webull. You can only trade in whole shares. Because Webull is a more sophisticated and complex platform, its app is a little bit clunky to use. It's definitely not as straightforward as Robinhood. In my mind, their app could use a lot of improvements because doing some basic things just isn't always as easy and clear as it probably should be. But as far as how the app works and everything else with Webull, I've been nothing but pleased. The next Robinhood alternative that I would recommend you consider is Charles Schwab. Charles Schwab has basically been around forever. They have a long history of being a trustworthy broker. Like Robinhood, Schwab has $0 commissions on all stock and ETF trades. For being a more traditional broker, they actually have a pretty darn good app. In fact, it's kind of weird. I like their app more than I like using their website, which is definitely not the case with most of the traditional brokers I've ever used. So Schwab is a little ahead of the game on their app. They're a little behind the game on their website or desktop version. If you're looking for fractional shares, Schwab does offer fractional shares. They call them Schwab stock slices. The only con to Schwab's fractional shares are they limit you to stocks that are in the S&P 500. So only the S&P 500 stocks are available for fractional share buying on Schwab. And you have to buy them in $5 increments, I think, which isn't a huge deal. But whereas on Robinhood, you could buy fractional shares of any stock available. On Schwab, you can only get the fractional shares on the S&P 500 stocks. So if you are in on the GameStop and AMC and BlackBerry madness, you're just gonna have to trade in full shares on Schwab. So the next Robinhood alternative I will recommend after Charles Schwab is actually the brokerage I use for most of my investing. I have probably 4 or 5 different accounts with them right now, and that's TD Ameritrade. In my mind, TD Ameritrade has the best web platform out there. They give you a ton of information and they keep it so everything is intuitive and easy to use. You can always find what you're looking for on TD Ameritrade. Like all of the other brokerages I've mentioned today, TD Ameritrade is commission-free on stocks and ETFs and mutual funds and bonds. If you're into trading options, I think Webull is the only one I'm mentioning here that is also commission-free on options. The rest of the brokers I'm mentioning will charge you a small fee for options contracts. M1 Finance, I only think, offers options. So Ameritrade, commission-free on everything but options. They have a great web platform. Their app leaves a little bit to be desired. They don't have a great app. So if you're going to use Ameritrade, I would say stick to the web platform. That's great. TD Ameritrade, you also have to purchase in full shares. You can't purchase fractional shares of stock. If you have a dividend reinvestment plan, they will buy fractional shares that way. But you can't go in and buy 1.5 shares of whatever stock you want to buy. You have to buy in full shares. So that brings us to the final Robinhood alternative, and probably your best option if you're looking to leave Robinhood for another brokerage, and that is Fidelity. Fidelity has also been around basically forever. They have an amazing reputation for trustworthiness. They have great customer service. Fidelity probably has the best app of the traditional brokers I've mentioned here. Their website is also good. It's easy to use. Fidelity has 0% commissions like everything else I've mentioned, but what sets Fidelity apart from most of the other brokers I've mentioned is the fractional shares. Just like on Robinhood, just like you're used to from Robinhood, Fidelity lets you buy fractional shares of stock. And unlike Schwab, they don't limit you to just the S&P 500. You can buy fractional shares of any stock you want on Fidelity as long as you're trading through their app. For some reason, I think it's only available through their app. Don't ask me why that is. But Fidelity has the trustworthiness. They are low cost. In fact, a lot of Fidelity's ETFs and mutual funds are rivaling and even surpassing Vanguard nowadays on their low fees. And they let you trade in fractional shares for no commissions. So if you are looking for Robinhood Alternative, any of these 5 I mentioned, I would feel perfectly comfortable recommending to you. I just kind of did. But I think Fidelity is probably the best choice. If there's a brokerage you really love that you think could be a great Robinhood alternative for people, please leave it in the comments below. I obviously don't have experience with every brokerage or app that's out there, so if there's something else you really love, let the people know about it. And one final thing I'll mention is if you're going to transfer out of Robinhood or any brokerage, don't sell off all your investments to do so. You can transfer from Robinhood or any broker to another broker without selling your investments. And I will show you exactly how to do that in a video coming up real soon. So please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss that. If this video helped you out decide where you're going to take your money to from Robinhood, give it a like down below. I'd really appreciate it. It helps me out. And feel free to check out either one of these videos over here. They will make you a better investor and better with your money. And I'll see you in the next video.